inflation rate now is at its highest in 13 years.
Gas prices are soaring with little end in sight.
Massive delays blocking the supply chain.
We had a very disappointing job number, less than half of what we were expecting.
Joe Biden is a human pandemic. It's from the border to the currency to inflation, the price of food, the price of gasoline, the price of toys and plastics and steel.
Joe Biden's weakness and failure on the world stage is as undeniable as ever.
And I'm on my note here.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Music down. The first thing the President and I would like to do is ask all law enforcement and military vets to stand for a round of applause, please. Well, I'd also like to acknowledge the IndependenceFund.org is here. They're the charity that raises money for the most severely wounded of our veterans, and they've given away about 2,600 track chairs, the high-tech wheelchairs that we've been supporting for many years. They are here in the audience. Okay, you ready for this?
All right. We're ready. Bill, I just want to apologize. Your airport was closed. It was a little rainy out. They said, sir, you're not going to be able to make it in. I said, you're damn well we're going to make it in. What do we do? So I appreciate the time. We will do an extra special job tonight, okay? Extra.
All right.
So thank you.
So the first question here in Texas is something that everybody is concerned about, and that's the border. It took you almost 3 years to get the Mexican government to cooperate with the United States to use its military to stem the flow of migrants. What took so long? What was the resistance?
Well, we really we had a big problem. We had a big problem with a thing called the Democrats because they wouldn't approve the wall. And without the wall, you wouldn't have the kind of numbers we produce. We produce numbers like you wouldn't believe. Now, your government, Texas, they're doing a good job. They're going to finish the wall that could have been done in 4 weeks. If Biden gave the go-ahead. In fact, they wouldn't even allow Texas to use the panels, which were all bought, and they moved them over to another section of Texas. It's a disgrace what they've done. But we built almost 500 miles of wall. It's had a huge impact. Then we went to the Mexican government and we asked them for things that nobody's ever asked them. And they said, no, I'm sorry, we can't do that. And I said, that's okay. We're going to put a tariff on every car and everything that you sell into the United States. And they agreed to give us free 28,000 soldiers. And maybe most importantly of all is stay in Mexico. Remain in Mexico. You know what that is? Where people had to stay in Mexico before we allowed them in, and not too many were allowed in because a lot of rough, tough people, countries are emptying out their prisons into the United States right now. You know that. Their prisoners are being emptied into our country. So, Bill, I would say this. It took 2.5 years to win the lawsuits, mostly Democrat-inspired, some directly by the House, to stop us. And we broke that. We won the lawsuits. We started building the wall. We're just about finished. And Texas is going to finish it up. But we should have been able to... Can you imagine the government? They asked the federal government approval, because it's all been bought, to use the sections of the wall which have been removed just to put them in place. And they